Hi guys, this is Vixxstarr and today I am going to show you how to make these super cute micro hamburger charms. 3D squishy micro hamburgers. They're super easy. They do have a lot of fiddling right at the end, just with moving your bands around and making them that perfect hamburger looking shape. So believe me when I say they don't come out looking like this, but in the end yours should look very close to something like this. Here is an approximate band count, depending on what colours you choose for your ingredients, etc. You may need a couple here or there difference, but that's what I've worked out. So approximately 50 bands for your bun, top and bottom, 12 for the meat, 12 for the lettuce. I used 6 light green, 6 dark green, 6 for the carrot, which is orange, 6 for the tomato, which is my red, and then the cheese is 7. Sorry, 6. Gah, don't know what I'm doing today. So yeah, you can choose 6 brown or whatever you like to do seeds on top of the bun. It's up to you. So as you can see, I've got all my band choices together. These are all of my prototypes. Each is a little bit different, but I think I finally came up with the right shape and colour combination. So yeah, you can decide if you want to make it look like your bun has been cooked on top, or make it look like there are seeds on top. I wasn't overly impressed with how that turned out, so today I'm not going to do the seeds on top. You can do that if you like, just experiment when we finish it. We're going to work off this design, the one that I was most happy with. You can tuck that away at the end, but it's just a good little band to attach to something. But yeah, so that's the design that I'm going to show you how to do today. So grabbing your loom in a staggered configuration, we will start by laying out in the colour of your bun a starburst. So the same as with my cupcake tutorials, so going from centre pin, doesn't matter where you start, we're just using this starburst and we're double banding from the centre pin out. So 2 single bands, 2 single bands all the way around. Pushing your bands down in the centre. Grab 1 single band, triple it, so 3 around your hook, and then place that on as a cap band. Like so. Now we are going to loom up our starburst, so reaching below that cap band and grabbing your first 2. For me, they go straight up. The next 2 under that cap band, for me they go off to the left. The next 2. So we're just looming that starburst out. Last band. Push all of your bands down. Now we are going to do a row around the outside of double bands. I'll get you to just take 2 single bands and drop them on a peg. Then from that peg we're going to lay our round 2 single bands from each peg to the other all the way around. When you get to the second last peg, grab those 2 that you dropped, bring them up and over. So that's what you should have. Now we're going to loom all the bottom row, which is your starburst. Grab 4 all that starburst up and over. Doesn't matter where you start, just making sure you're grabbing all from the bottom row, bringing them up and over from the outside into the middle. Making sure you get all those bands. There we go. So pushing all your bands down. Now we are going to lay our cheese. So we're just going to do a single row, so dropping one band, single row around in your cheese colour, or you can change and do whatever colours you like, but this is how I liked my colour scheme. And then we're going to loom those 4 underneath, straight up and over the top, so all of your bun colour straight up and over the top of the 2 cheese on there, all the way around. Like so. Push your cheesy bands down. Now we're going to do our meat patty. So double banding with the meat. I'll drop 2 bands and double banding all the way around. 2 single bands. Two single bands all the way around to get to the second last one, and then pick up those 2 that you dropped. Going that yellow up and over the top on the outside, that whole row of yellow. Now this is where we do something a little bit different. I want you to find the bottom 2 bands, so you may need to move your hook around to straighten. The bottom 2 bands of the meat, bring them up and over, and you can see that they catch. They are definitely the bottom 2 bands because they catch those other bands there. Alright, so all the way around, sorry I'm shaky, grab your 2 bottom bands of that meat patty. So then you are left with just 2 bands of your meat patty colour. Okay, so push them all down. Now we are going to do the lettuce. So the lettuce is a starburst. We are going to, well, I'm going to go 1 of each colour, and I'm going to do my starburst. So 1 light green, 1 dark green from the centre pin out, light green, dark green from that centre pin out. Push it down, it is a little bit of a squeeze. Light green, dark green, light green, dark green, and my last light green, dark green. So push those centre bands down a little bit. You might want to use, I'm going to use a dark green, and I'm going to go 3 times around my hook, and I'm going to put that down on the centre peg. Then we're going to just loom that starburst, so going in behind your cap band. You can make that whatever colour you like, but I just thought I'd go dark green. And grabbing your top 2 green bands, just the green bands, we're doing that starburst out. Following it around. So you can see that cap band is stretching out a little bit. Okay, that's what you should have. So now I want you to grab that bottom row, just those two meat colour, up and over your lettuce, all the way around. Alright, so that's what you should have. Starting to bunch up a bit now in the middle, there's a bit in there, but it shouldn't be too much of a squeeze yet. Now you can choose if you want to do your tomato or your carrot, whatever row you want to do next. I'm going to do tomato, so just a single row, dropping one red there, and then singles all the way around with my red. Get to that second last one, grab that dropped one and bring it up. Now we are going to loom all of our lettuce. You can go 2 bands at a time if it's easier for you. Straight up and over into the middle. So those 4 lettuce coloured bands are going to go up and over the 2 of your next row. For me, which is the tomato colour. Making sure that you don't lose any of your top bands off as you're bringing those bottom ones over. And last one, and then pushing all of those outside bands down. My last ingredient, I'm going to make carrot. So just dropping 1 band, going around with a singular row of my orange for the carrot. Second last one, and popping up that band there. So now we're going to bring the red, the tomato, over the orange. And we're ready to finish off with our top piece of our bun. So you should have your burger all bunching in down under that. Push your side bands, all your bands down, just so they don't pop off the top accidentally. And we're going to do bun colour again, double, so I'm going to drop 2. And we're going to do double bands all the way around the outside. Double band, double band, double band. Get to that second last one and looming the carrot over the bun, looming the carrot over the bun. And now we're going to do the same thing that we did with the meat. We're going to grab that bottom 2 of the bun, making sure that it's catching all those bands, and bring it over. So you will see that it always comes from one side. Just those bottom 2 all the way around the bottom 2 of the bun. Last 2. Okay, so we've just got 2 of the bun there. So now this is where, if you want to, you can add a different colour to make it look like your bun is, say, toasted. You can mix and match and make it look like they've got some seeds in there. It's up to you. This row is just single. I'm just going to do it plain bun colour. So you drop your single band. But if you wanted to, say, you could get a different brown and you could go brown, bun colour, brown, bun colour, brown, bun colour, and then it'd look like speckles. But I'm just going to do my single all the way around in my bun colour. It's quite a squeeze now, so pushing your outside bands down. Just single bands all the way around. Grab that last one up on the top, and we're going to loom that bottom row of those two just over the top of the top two. Getting ready to finish off our hamburger. All the way around the bottom two. Like so. Sorry about that. My camera is not focusing well today. Okay. So push all of those outside bands down. You should have just the two of that single row left on there that we just lay. What I want you to do, we're going to do it with the hook. Grab a couple of bands offside. So we're going to grab two single bands on your finger. And we're going to grab 1, 2 sets off the peg and on my hook, holding the next bands on. Grab those two single bands and feed them through the two on your hook, and then reclaim. Okay, so now we're going to go to the next two on the pegs, holding those those bands we just fed through on our hook. Grab the next one off the peg and the next one off the peg, like so. Grabbing two more singular bands, we're going to feed them through all of those bands on our hook and reclaim it. We've got two more left, so we're going to grab them off now, off the pegs and onto our hook. You can pull your hamburger off. That's what it should look like, something along those lines. Two single bands, pull it through all of those bands on your hook, reclaim it, and over this side there is a little bit of a hole opening, so pop those bands up on your hook so you don't lose them. Pop your finger in that hole opening there. If I can show you a bit better, get your fingers in there and flip it inside out. Push, push, push. Pull it through, and that's what we should have. Doesn't look much like a hamburger yet. We want to find those first two, so you should have teardrop, teardrop, and then the bands on your hook. Go through the first two there in the teardrop. Grab two single bands, pull them through both on off your hook, and slip knot those. Okay, so this is where we start shaping our hamburger. There's your bottom there. There's our bit of cheese. What we want to do, get your hook and start working around, just grabbing your meat patty so that it becomes more prominent. Gently but firmly grabbing those stitches and just moving them out, so that they want to come out more and look chunkier. Okay, then move up. You can see there's that bit there where we've got our lettuce. That, I would say, kind of almost looks like gherkins or something. So we're going to hide that a little bit more. We're just going to, oh, sorry guys, push it in. And we're going to pull out those reds that are there of our tomato. Just make them a little bit more prominent. Then we're going to move on to the lettuce. We're going to grab all those little bits of the lettuce, pull them out, just give a little tug on each one of them so that they start looking more like feathery lettuce leaves, I guess. Like so. Slowly starting to look more like a hamburger. Pushing it down now, pushing the top down. We're going to grab those last couple of carrot and tomato layers and just try and pull them out a bit. bring your bit of your top of your bun over so you can see that chain around the bottom there. Squish that out and push the top. So the more that you fiddle with your layers, obviously you can go in through the bottom and tuck those bands away if you like. Just pull them through. Look at the top, squish it around, pull the top bit out so it looks like it's just a little bit more standing uppy, if that's a word. I know it's not. But this design really comes down to how much you can squish it and shape it at the end. So I'm sorry to everybody who is upset and thinking that theirs looks horrible, but I did warn you in the beginning that it was a lot about this, and I'm showing you all of my shaping that I'm doing on camera. Okay, like so. I'm going to go back and I'm going to do that meat again because I want that meat to really come out more obvious. You can do it firmly as long as you're, gentle but firm. You shouldn't snap any bands. Okay. Fix up any ones you're not happy with. And there is our hamburger. Do 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 do. I hope you guys like it. I think it's super cute, and I would really love it if you guys could share some of your designs with me on Instagram or Facebook. Thank you so much for watching. Have fun experimenting, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. Playing around with the amigurumi ball design and trying to turn it into a hamburger.